Morning, Mist!
Morning, Mist. The last time.
Oh.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is the last day, travel day.
Yeah, we're going to Magic Kingdom this morning though. We're going to get a little bit of park time in before we have to go home.
And go to the plaza for breakfast.
Yeah. We're just going to go and see if we need to do anything to check out first. Oh, and it's back, I told you.
We're just going to check out, and just remember we need to buy a resort pin. So I'm going to go choose a pin and you can go check out.
Yeah.
All very rush. All checked out, all does it automatically, and the general store doesn't open till 8. So no pin this trip.
It will be fine, we'll get one next time we're here. We'll just come for a little trip and we'll get a pin.
So I think we're as close as we've ever been before, but with all of the changes to the entrance, it's turning out to be a huge walk.
12,000 miles.
12,000 miles.
It's like walking from the front to the back of the park.
We're in Simba 110, which is interesting because we never normally get to park in Heroes. We're always in Villains. It must be the way we look.
I don't mind being a villain.
Nah. No cars. We're wondering if these people have reservations or if they're just very, very punctual and an hour and a half early. We were the first ones in. I'm gonna go for the steak and eggs. Let's see them when they get here. And here it is. So we have steak, scrambled eggs, breakfast potatoes, and a biscuit. Looks very nice.
So I got the Mickey waffles and there were these little sprinkles on. How cute is that? And it comes with seasonal fruit, which is this, it's very small little pot, it's like a condiment pot, bacon and sausage. It looks yummy. And I got a little side pot of syrup, and there is some, well, it says European style margarine, which seems a bit odd, but yeah, I'm excited. Look at my Mickey waffles.
Mary Poppins! Okay, so we've just had our breakfast and we're just heading into, what's the first one called? Adventureland.
Adventureland.
I always get them mixed up. We had a little bit of a to-do on the way in. We had a bit of a run-in with a shouty cast member
called Diane, who then felt it was appropriate to confront me and not let me move past until she'd said her piece. But you know, yeah. I haven't done anything wrong. It's not, you know, she was obviously just having a really bad day, but I was really upset and I spent my first 15 minutes in the park crying. It's our last day and I don't want to be crying because the cast members upset me. Like, I went to the there's like a guest services booth and there was 2 ladies there, and I just wanted to complain about her. I don't want it to shout at anybody else. I don't want anyone else's day to be ruined. So I went to them, they said go for breakfast, come back, we'll sort it out. It's gone through management to that person's supervisor, and they gave us 3 free fast passes for like anything in the park today, so that's nice. Don't necessarily make your day any better, but it's nice that they're trying to do something. Yeah, I just hope if people do experience it that they say something, because it's not very nice. No. And it was not how I wanted to start my last day, especially after all the transport problems. You know, there was no tram from the car park, so it was like a 15-minute walk. And then the express monorail should have been open at 7:30, and they said they're not opening it, so then we were late to get to our reservation. And then we ran down Main Street after that to do with this cast member, and then the restaurant wasn't even open until 15 minutes after our reservation time. So yeah, it don't really make up for it, but we'll get more done this morning at least.
Yeah, so we've got our 3 that are already booked and now 3 free-for-alls. So
I don't even know what's got a fast pass that we're going to use them on.
Well, she said, I assume you want it for 7 dwarfs, and we were both like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, we've already done it, but okay.
We could use all 3 on 7 dwarfs if we wanted.
So we're heading to Big Thunder because that's the first one.
That's our actual booked
Our actual booked one. It's the first time we've seen the boat moving in 2 trips.
I don't think you can get on it though, but...
Is it just for sure?
I think so. There seems to be a couple of people at the top, but I don't know if they're cast members. Maybe like sat behind the person who's driving the boat.
Maybe they're the family of the day.
Yeah, maybe they get a ride on the boat, or maybe they're just testing it.
Make sure it doesn't sink.
Yeah, making sure it's water worthy.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
All the way down the creek.
Not for this morning. Ah, that's interesting. Oh. Whoa.
Yes, we're going to fix that. One hand on either side, chin up, you know what you're doing. On the count of 3, lords and ladies, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3, pull, pull,
Pull, pull, pull, pull, pull, pull. We're going in full hand magic again. Oh, a little crash there. I need your insurance details. Are we gonna do Be Our Guest next time
Yeah, probably.
for breakfast?
Yeah, let's do for breakfast or lunch.
Then
Probably breakfast was nice, but I don't know what the lunch options are. But if it's still a quick service credit, then that might be nice to try. We've never done lunch there before.
Nope. Okay, so the Little Mermaid ride was closed the last time we came here. So hopefully it's open today. It looks like it is. Are you ready to go under the sea?
Yeah, this is one of our favourites, isn't it? 5-minute wait.
See if we can spot my favourite dancing fish.
Oh yeah, we do like that.
It looks really smug.
Here's a smug fish, he likes to dance.
Wait! That's what this story's all about. Hey, where you been? I've been waiting for you. Oh, this is such a great story about how Ariel...
What's this? You've come to a stop.
We've stopped.
Yeah, we got stuck halfway into the sea. So I think we're just like, you know, just under the surface right now.
There's a very pesky fish next to us.
I bring good news. Your clamshells will begin moving immediately. Stay in your seats now.
Off we go.
The fluke is the duke, our salt in the sun is laid away. While we devoting food one day, we must get hungry.
Like the sickness, laryngitis, la dolce to me. I admit in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me well.
Hey, you see her sitting there across the room. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her.
Okay, it's 11:15, which means Winnie the Pooh is meeting. So someone has their bow on and their lovely ears. And we're gonna try and meet him this time. Sadio. It's open today. Alright. Yeah, they're shutting it down because of lightning, so we need to find shelter. We're just destined never to meet him. We're gonna wait it out.
If they've been waiting for ages, I mean, they'll have to stop most of the rides.
Yeah. Let's give it a bit of time, see what happens. We've had to admit defeat. We waited for about an hour. The rain stopped, but there's still no characters, and we've got about 45 minutes left before we need to start leaving the park. So
there's someone on the phone to Disney trying to find out when they're going to come back out, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. The outdoor rides are still not open, so rained off for today.
And we actually gained the fast pass because Space Mountain one was down, so we've now got 4.
I know,
use at any time.
How are we going to use them in an hour?
Let's go and buzz 4 times and see who can get the best score.
Well, it's not going to be me, is it?
Do you want to get a snack?
No, not right now.
The calm before yet another storm. It's rumbling, rumbling. As we go into Tomorrowland for the last time. We're going to try and get on Buzz. And then we'll have a slow meander out of the park. It's very, very busy and still very muggy. Yeah, I'm sure. Got on it 3 times this trip. Okay, we decided to skip that too because there was a queue to even get in the fast pass.
Yeah, like the fast pass queue. There was a queue to get in the fast pass queue, so...
Look how dark it is over the castle.
Honestly, it feels like it's like dusk, like it's going to be night time soon.
How very ominous.
Maleficent.
Maybe. She shows on this May the 13th to take over again. One last queue before we leave.
The last ride!
Coffee ride. Cool drinks. Think I'll be able to get a hot chocolate?
Pardon?
Think I'll be able to get a hot chocolate? I can't see it on the board.
I'm going to that. It's been a hot minute.
A wet minute.
A wet minute. So we had to... we were running out of time, so we had to sort of breathe it through the thunderstorm. Yeah, we managed to get to the front of the park. We were pretty wet, weren't we?
Oh yeah, the wettest you can be. It's squelching your shoes.
Yeah, I mean you can tell by your hair really. Obviously I can like scrape my back, but yeah. So we managed to get back. The monorails were still running, thank goodness, so we got on a monorail peach, and it stopped raining like almost as soon as we were on the monorail.
Oh yeah, sun's low.
And then we managed to get a tram back to, well, a tram back to the car, except we were in Simba, which is like the second parking lot.
And we're in the first row.
And we were in the first row, and it took us all the way to the back, so it was like as close as it would have been walking from the tram stop, because because the tram stops moved because of the construction. So that was a little bit of a waste of time, but it was like really lightly spitting, which it is at the moment. So we've managed to unpack, get our sandals out of our suitcase, and put those on, and I brought the change of clothes for travelling anyway, so I'm wearing my dress too, he's got his top on. Obviously he can't change his shorts in the middle of a car park, so he's still wearing the same shorts. But we've got the seat heaters on, which hopefully is going to help. For your
travelling benefit.
Yeah. I mean, he's got other things to change in, like at the airport, but it's going to be difficult to find somewhere before then. And also the car, thank goodness the car has leather seats, because otherwise this would have been so much worse. Yeah, so we are on the way to the airport at the moment. It's very rainy, but we're very lucky that we've only had like a couple of days of storms and like constant rain. There was only that day earlier, wasn't there, and then we had the very odd bit of rain, but there's not even been everyday rain.
It's been fine.
Which is what we thought we would have at least. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was that one.
It's bloody sat nav. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's really unclear because where you are doesn't match up with the map. And you're like, wait, is it this exit? Because it looks like it's really far away on the map, and it's not. And it counts in feet as well, and we don't use feet. Anyway, so yeah, we're headed to the airport now, and we're just gonna probably stop and fill the car up before we get there when we see a petrol station, and then maybe I'll be able to sort of repack all our stuff that I've just like ripped out the suitcases. After all that careful and considerate packing, it's not ideal, is it? But oh well. So we will see you at the airport. I feel like the rain calmed down for me to record that.
It did. It's calmer. Okay, car is dropped off. Left the key on the dash. Checked it was full of fuel. $50 later. I don't know why it costs so much. And we're just wheeling all our wares. And there's a little Daisy poking her head out. A little bit behind schedule, but we should be okay.
We have just ordered some food from the Outback Outpost, which is the takeaway part of Outback Steakhouse. It was a 25-minute wait, and we're pushing it a little bit because we're boarding in like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and we're not actually at the gate yet. We're just in the main like vestibule area, so we'll see. But we're really hungry, so I just wanted a sandwich, and everywhere else has got massive queues out of the doors, so it's not like there was a quicker place. David's just gone to, he had some cash left over, so he's just gone to see if there's anything in duty free that we can get.
So we're just waiting we're just letting the crowds die down. We had Outback Steakhouse, we had some burgers, and you had a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it was alright, it was a bit dry.
And then our flight was delayed for about 2.5 hours. Because of the lightning, the flight diverted to Miami.
And they kept saying to some people that the plane was here, and then to other people that the plane wasn't here, and...
It's now here, everyone's boarding. We're just gonna let it die down a bit over there, and then we're going to board, so not too bad. Setting up at 4:45.
Yeah, but it means that instead of us getting the early flight and being back at 6 o'clock in the morning, we're not going to be back till 9, and it's going to be rush hour in Manchester on a Tuesday morning.
I didn't even think about that.
We're not going to get home until at least lunchtime, which is grim.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's going to be really grim.
And see you on the plane.
So we're on the plane. We've had some turbulence and the weather's not great, so the seatbelt sign has been on most of the time. We've been on for about an hour. I think it's been about an hour. We've had a drink, they brought round dinner, so I will show you what we got. We both went for the same thing, we both went pulled pork. So it looks like a cottage pie, but it's actually pulled pork with mashed potato and baked beans. They've got one of these little cake pots. It's a salty caramel cake and icing. A bottle of water, some cheese and biscuits, a little ciabatta, and I got a bottle of wine, and David got a little Coke. We'll let you know what we think. So David told me getting the same as me and he didn't. Is it nice? Oh, it's spicy. Temperature hot, spicy hot. What?
Spinach, rice and chicken. Correct.
Alright. Did you get the same dessert pot?
Cake love.
Yeah. David's a sleepy moo. So we got some croissants and we got a little box. It's got a little apple nut bar and yogurt.
2 oat bars.
And David got a tea and I just got a water because I haven't had any sleep. Hello everybody!
Hi!
Oh, we're at different sides, it's so weird! I don't remember the last time I recorded.
On the plate?
Oh yeah, it was the like breakfasty stuff we got. I couldn't eat that because like it was all dairy heavy and I still feel sick. I've been quite travel sick. I've not actually been sick though.
You haven't.
Just very, very nauseous. Yeah, it took forever for our bags to get on the carousel, didn't it? It took ages. We've been there about an hour.
We landed at 8:51.
So nearly an hour. Bear in mind we're at meet and greet parking, so we're like right opposite the terminal. So it's only taken us 2 minutes to get from the baggage claim area to the car. And the rest of that was just waiting for the carousel. Like we got through like customs really quick, you know, which is normal for here. It's only in Orlando that it takes forever.
Just beep, takes your picture, done.
Yeah, it's very efficient.
I've got to try and remember how to drive a manual now.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But so yeah, other than that, the flight wasn't too bad. It was fairly empty, so we think we're definitely going to try and travel on off days again. Like travelling on weekends is obviously a big no-no, but travelling out on a Friday and then back on a Monday has worked out really well for us.
And Virgin were I would say really good.
Yeah, I mean, other than I didn't show you the seats today. I was going to record that. The seat was actually completely coming away from the base of like the plastic base that the seat sits in, and every time I like tried to like move and, you know, like slide around a bit, I couldn't without the seat coming away. And she was going to move us, but because people like started just getting up and moving themselves, there wasn't anywhere for us, and she wanted us to wait until after takeoff. So then after takeoff, when the seatbelt signs like went off, everyone moved and I already felt sick, and I was like, you know what, I just can't be bothered with like arguing with people. Like you're in this space with these people for like 9 hours, like let's just stay where we are and just try not to be sick. So that's what we went with. But it wasn't, when she went to look for other seats, there were loads of empty rows, and she only found one that was empty that actually didn't have broken seats. And like we were on a row of 3, and they told us at check-in, which I've mentioned, that there was nobody in that other seat. So I sat in the window, David sat in the aisle, we checked the middle seat and we checked David's seat, and they were falling off as well. Like you just had to push the end down and the seat just came away, which was a bit you know, crap. What did you say the plane was called? Hot Lips.
Hot Lips.
If you're flying on the Virgin plane Hot Lips,
check
you
your
know,
seat.
well,
check your
maybe
Velcro.
don't, because if the seats are that bad consistently, then it's probably not good, because they're not going to be able to. What's the likelihood of being on an empty Virgin flight to Orlando? Like, it doesn't happen that frequently, does it?
Yeah.
So they're not going to have anywhere to move you if you do find out your seat's faulty. But I suppose you could kick up a fuss and they might upgrade you or something. But yeah, so that wasn't too bad. We are going to drive home now. I need something to eat. We need to go and get the pup.
We do.
Yeah, we miss him
and then
actually.
Try and stay awake.
Yeah, I haven't.
You can have a nap.
David's had a few hours, hasn't you? I haven't had any sleep at all. It was just one of those, you know. There was a woman with 2 little kids, and her husband was sort of sharing the 3 chairs in front of us for most of the journey, and then the husband and one of the children went somewhere else, but she was like laid across the 3 seats with her baby, so she'd pushed them all back. But then the baby got its like head right in the corner near the window, so they put the other seats back when they brought breakfast round, but they couldn't put that one back because the baby was asleep. So that was a bit annoying. And then the people behind me, every time I tried to put my chair back, they just kicked it, or like one of them threw their elbow at it or whatever. So yeah, there was no putting my chair back for me. You did yours quite early on though, didn't you?
Yeah, but
I think if you do it early, people just get used to it, but that was something that I did not do.
Mine wouldn't go halfway, it was either all the way or none.
Yeah, it would only go.
So I wanted to put it back up after I'd slept, and
you couldn't.
it just wouldn't, so. Right, we're going.
We're going, we've got to get home and see that moo. So if we'd have got in at the time we should have got in, it would have taken us about 2 hours to get home. Maybe a bit less if we were lucky, but we would have basically hit rush hour traffic on the way into Hull. And now we'll hit it here, which is probably more significant because obviously it's a much bigger city.
And a ring road.
And a ring road. But it is what it is, and we'll get home at some point, and hopefully I'll be allowed to have some food on the way home. He's driving, he's not smiling at me.
Maybe. If he could.
So
But
yeah,
you're the one with the purse.
yeah, we'll see you soon.
And we are officially home.
We got a little moo. Marley, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look here. What's this? Who's a good moo? Who's a good boy?
We got back at about, I suppose it doesn't really matter. It took us about an hour and a half. We stopped off for some lunch on the way home, went straight to my mum's, picked up Marley, and as I'm saying this, I realise I still can't hear out of this ear. It hasn't popped yet. So we are back. We're just starting to unpack some stuff, putting things into various, breaking my suitcase, popping suitcases. Marley's got some Star Wars themed toys that he's trying to get. I think it's just gone underneath there. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of unpacking and sort of stuff. Get us a couple of washes going. Disney do not have HBO, so at the minute we're one episode behind with Game of Thrones. So we're doing our best to stay offline, to not see any spoilers. I personally haven't seen a thing about it. Something came on the radio in America, we quickly turned it off. So I think
haven't seen anything about it.
And Holly hasn't seen anything either, so we did really well to avoid it. So I think we're just going to unpack, have a cup of tea and watch Game of Thrones, and then it might be time for a nap. I got a couple of hours on the plane, Holly got none. And I'm off tomorrow, but Holly's back at work. Just going through the luggage, and each of our checked bags had these in from the TSA. We think it's because we had a load of wires and we brought some sauces back. One of them was packed very nicely, the other one was just all shoved together. Doesn't look as though anything's been done. And we weren't pulled aside, so obviously we weren't carrying anything illegal. Just a bit odd. Wow! We just watched the second to last Game of Thrones episode, and it was blew my socks off. I will go into details in case anyone hasn't seen it yet. I'm not sure when this video is going up. But my god, there's one episode left and I have no idea how it's going to end. I was reading the first book, A Game of Thrones, the first book of A Song of Ice and Fire, and I've really gotten into it, and it's really interesting now reading the book because you picture obviously the actors in your head, and I think it makes it easier to like visualize. So I'm really enjoying them at the minute, so I'll carry on when the series is ended. Just ran Holly a bath and realised we have no gas. When we moved into this house, it had a key meter which you need to top up, and it works out cheaper for us, so we've decided to keep it. But the problem is when you go away you can run out, and I must admit I didn't check it. The electricity is fine, but he's just had his tea, and I think he wants more because the box is still out. Marley, you've just had your tea. So yeah, Holly ran a bath with her new salts. Went to go get in it, and it was ice cold. So I just had to cycle to the shop to get some more gas. So that's rerunning now. I'm thinking about tea, something light. Maybe chicken sandwiches with salad. I've got a couple of crisps for cheese and onion. I really missed it while we were in America. They only seem to do salted or barbecue or paprika. They don't, not wide range at least anyway. I know there's crazy flavours, But most places where we went, that was the only flavours I could find. So I've really been craving cheese and onion. So a nice light tea and an early bedtime, I think. And that should get us back on English time. Though, in all honesty, I don't feel too bad. We haven't really done anything this afternoon except tidy up and put the clothes away. But I think that 2-3 hours I had on the planes really helped. Ask me again tomorrow and it'll be a completely different story. So here is our light tea with some chili chicken and regular chicken sandwiches and a bit of salad. And that will be the end of our travel day. It's odd to think that, what, at midnight today we were in the middle of the sky, and 24 hours ago we were in Florida.
Yeah, it's sad that we're home now, but...
We're home and safe and sound. So, thank you very much for sharing this journey with us. I'd just like to say, at this point in time, we're just a little shy of under 100 subscribers.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's
people,
amazing.
You know,
we do this
see
for...
us on their list.
Yeah, we do this for our sort of memory, and if we can share that and maybe give a few tips here and there, then that's just an added bonus. So thank you to everyone who's ever watched and liked or left us a comment. We always do our best to reply. It's always great to see other people's Florida trips. Well, we've definitely stolen a few tips from other people's videos before. And we like to think ourselves of a very small part of the YouTube experience. These are my words, not Holly's. So we'll see you again really soon for our next trip. We'll try and get something up. We always toy with the idea of doing a weekend vlog, see how that goes, but we are quite boring when we're not at Disney.
We just sit down.
Yeah, we sit.
Yeah.
Like pool days. But who knows. So we'll see you real soon. Bye.